Happy Saturday, guys! Hopefully, everybody is having a wonderful, beautiful Saturday. I was so happy because the clouds have parted and now it is a cloudless, beautiful blue sky outside. So I'm super excited. The dude doesn't have to work too long today, so he'll probably be home in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So this will be kind of a shorter live chat just so that he and I can hang out, spend a little time together because, even though I'm on spring break, because the school that I work for is on spring break, doesn't mean he's on spring break. So business owners never rest. So yeah, we're gonna hang out today, probably take out the Viper. Tomorrow we're gonna go up to our friend's house in Marietta. Her and her husband and her daughter are having, they said, an Easter brunch, but it's at 2 o'clock. I'm like, that's like dinner. That's like lunch dinner, but whatever. So we're gonna have a brunch over at their place and just kind of hang out and have fun and eat junk food and chocolate rabbits and Cadbury eggs, although they don't make Cadbury eggs like they used to, unfortunately. Anyway, I am going to refresh my page so that I like being able to put the chat on my laptop because I can see it so much better than I can here on my camera. I mean my cell phone camera. So let me just go ahead and click on this. And wow, I see myself, hello self, that's about how many seconds behind? That's about 10-second delay. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop out chat. Okie dokie. That way I can have this. There we go. Oh, Missy is here. What's up? How are you? So I have lots of things to share with you guys. A few things, goodies that I got in the mail yesterday, and a couple of books and a couple of decks. I kind of have slowed down my deck buying because, as you know, I'm like full force working on Wally's World. So I have until May 12th at 1 p.m. to raise all the funds that I need so I can bring Wally's World to life. Missy is just chilling and then she got to work later. So, well, girl, we're just going to have a chill chat, and then you're going to be all zen and then you're going to go to work and you'll be like, what's up? I'll be getting stuff done. So yeah, I have been really working on Wally's World stuff. So just trying to keep up on like my social media, just making sure that I keep putting it out there so that I can get as many people as possible to back his deck. And I've just been having a lot of fun with it. I'm like kind of stressed, not stressed, but it's like a good stress. Like I am grateful to have this type of stress, where I have created something and I have 30%, backed already, in like just under 8 days. Like I'm grateful for that. So like to have like I gotta, stay on top, make sure I'm, putting this on social media and that I always put all the information out there and that I'm, constantly like, promoting it so that I can, make it come to life. That's like a good kind of stress. Like I'm grateful for that type of stress. And it's like, that's such a wonderful place to be. So hold on, I have a eyelash in the eyeball. Anyway, but I am having a great spring break so far. The school that I work at has 2 weeks off. Although I don't have like 2 lazy weeks off, I still have to coach, which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for, being able to coach and things like that. So we had practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. Thursday, we had a track meet. It was kind of an interesting track meet because the school we went up against, they also, were on spring break. So we didn't have like all of our athletes on both sides. And then yesterday we took off. This weekend we don't have anything going on. And then next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have track practice. And then Saturday we have a track meet. It's the frosh off. Hold on, I really have something in my eyeball and I don't want to like gross you guys out. So come on, eyeball. Are we cool? Are we copacetic? Okay. So Monday I won't be able to be at my track practice because my truck needs a new radiator. And the dude actually found it last week. He was like cleaning up, or it was Thursday of the previous week. He decided just to, because I was getting ready for spring break, so he was cleaning up my truck and he decided to clean up the engine because he is like the car dude. Like he knows everything about cars. Like he knows everything about like from the cheapest cars to the most expensive cars, old cars to new cars. Like he'll tell you everything about that car. A car goes driving down the road and he says, "Oh, that must be the new 2019 whatever." He says, "Oh, that's the base model." I'm like, "Huh?" So anyway, car dude is the reason why I have like the best running 2004 Nissan Frontier on the road. So anyway, he was cleaning up my engine and he let me know that I have a radiator leak. He said, but fortunately, it's just cracked along the top. And he says, so when you like really step on the gas, of course it's going to leak out the top. He says, but you've only lost a cup and a half. He goes, which isn't too bad. And I guess he had just found the leak, like it had just cracked maybe the day before. And so he went and like that day ordered me a new radiator. So my new radiator came yesterday, and good thing I was here and I didn't have practice because you have to sign for it, when you have car parts showing up at your front door. It says like Nissan all over it. So we're gonna take that to our friend's auto shop on Monday and drop it off for the day, and it'll have a brand new radiator. And I was like, why are radiators made out of plastic? Because the portion that looks that part's metal, but the top where stuff flows is plastic. And he said, well, back in the day it didn't used to be plastic. Older cars, they used to be made of copper, and those were indestructible. You cannot like kill those radiators of old. But he says they're heavy, and car manufacturers wanted to make cars lighter and more fuel efficient, and also wanted to cut costs. So hey Sherry Bug, I'm just I guess giving everybody like a radiator car tutorial. I don't know, I just like regurgitate whatever the dude tells me. So he said back in the days of old, radiators were made out of copper, but they aren't anymore. High performance vehicles and some like models from like the 70s, the 80s, and stuff like that. They're made of aluminum, but again, like car manufacturers wanted to cut costs, so the radiators are now made of plastic. And he said, and I was like, why plastic? Like plastic, your truck or car gets hot, and then it gets cold under the hood, then it gets hot, then it gets cold. Like stuff's gonna crack. And he's like, it's just a way for them to cut costs and a way for them to make money. He says, your truck is like 15 years old. So for a radiator to have lasted 15 years and it being in perfect working condition, having like a little minor crack, and having to replace it now, he goes, I would say your truck is doing really well. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you, truck. And my truck's name is Number Two, by the way. We call him Number Two. So anywho, um, good to see everybody here. Like I said, want to go over some stuff with you guys. And first, just I'm gonna have a little bit of sip of tea out of my little Hello Kitty. Today's tea is English breakfast tea. Sherry Bug, my truck is a 2003, still doing good mostly. Yeah, I mean, there have been no major repairs, like, hold on, knock on wood, with my truck. Like, I haven't had anything majorly wrong go on with my truck. I didn't buy it new. I bought it in 2005 and it was 2004. I bought it used. I would say after the first like year, I probably beat the hell out of that truck because I used to drive like to the river and back, like when I lived in Orange County with my douchebag ex-boyfriend and the OC. Um, and we used to go to like Arizona and back, Bullhead City, and we would just like go to the river all the time. And that poor little truck. And so now it's living the good life. You know, I work like 15 minutes from my house. I don't need to take the freeway. It's just like quick little surface streets. So it's living the good life now. But for my birthday and for Christmas, and sometimes Valentine's Day, I get car parts from the dude. It's his way of showing me love by taking care of my vehicle. Like that's how the dude loves me, is he gives me car parts and makes me meat on his fancy grills. Like sometimes he'll do fancy meats. And that is the dude love. Like I remember one year I got new taillights for the truck. Make sure you are safe. Yes, he's always making sure that the thing runs well and everything. He got me new like little like center caps for the truck one year just so that it would make the truck look a little younger. He got me like a new like plastic cowl thing that goes underneath the windshield where your windshield wipers are, because there was overspray from when I originally bought it, and he wanted it to look nice. I did get new visors one year. This year for my birthday, he said he's getting me new floor mats. Gosh, yeah. So just everything, it's like a little something just doesn't look new anymore, just looking a little tired. Like he'll just replace it so the truck always looks like brand new. I get new headlights every once in a while, and I get the headlights off of the, because I have kind of like, not a base model, but just, not like a too fancy Frontier. And I forget what the other like upgraded Frontier is, like the kind where it's got like the running board lights and it's got like a roof rack thing. Well, anyway, he likes the headlights off of those things. So those are the headlights that are on my truck. Anywho, how's everybody? Okay, so I got some goodies in the mail yesterday, and I just want to show you guys. So a couple of them are decks, like I said before, and a couple of them are books. So the first deck, I got this after seeing it on, gosh, whose channel did I see it on? Because I saw it on one person's channel, and, oh, Blossom Faye. Yes, Blossom Faye. I love her. She is so awesome. Her and her hubby are, like, so cute. But I got the Raven's Wand Oracle. Like, this is based off of a book series I haven't read, but I'm interested now in reading it because of this Oracle deck and what the author had to say about it. But it's by Stephen Hutton, and it's a US Games deck. Yeah, I've already kind of used it a little bit, not too much because I just got it literally yesterday. Hold on, let me get some more gunk out of my eye. I think I have sleep in my eye, like Mr. Sandman sleep. Okay. These are the backs of the cards. I might have to put some eye drops in my eyes. I have eye issues. And it's got little dragons and leaves. It's so cute. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna work on my eyeball real quick. Come on, Arbel. Sherry Bug said, yes, I saw it randomly at Barnes & Noble's, and it's a great little deck. Yes, yes. So here are the cards. I love what the guidebook has to say. So I'm like really intrigued. I'm like, I want to read this like series, this like Raven's Wand series, or what's it called? The Enchanted Wand, or I wonder if it's called Raven's Wand. Hold on. Let me double check this for you guys. Talking about the characters. Oh, Dark Raven Chronicles. Okay. Okay, so he began writing and illustrating the Dark Raven Chronicles some years ago and started with the novel Raven's Wand. Okay. So it's set in 19th century Victorian Britain. The story centers on this mysterious wand and Valonia, its keeper. Valonia is a sage old witch who governs her idyllic coven, Wildwood, in the hills of northern England, hidden from her enemies, the Illuminata Knighthood. The series enabled me to paint witchcraft in its best light as a wise yet humble and profound yet practical. It is now my privilege to share Valonia's wisdom with you in the form of this oracle deck. Um, all right, Missy, you have a wonderful day at work and keep it zen, girl. Keep it zen. Have a good day. So yeah, I mean, after, reading what I have of the guidebook so far and seeing these cards, I'm like, I'm gonna have to maybe check out this books. I'm gonna start with the Raven's Wand, in this, these chronicles. So I'm excited. So yeah, these came in the mail yesterday. And just the artwork is just so beautiful. So anyway, I probably won't get the book until I start summer break, which is after the first week of June. So that way I have some time to like read. Because now that we're nearing towards the end of the year, things get a little cray-cray. And I would hate for a book to just kind of like sit around and me not doing anything with it right now. Sorry, I'm totally covering the keywords with my middle finger. So yes, this one came yesterday, and I'm very happy with it so far. I even paired it with my oracle deck, and it seems to pair very well. And then there was one other deck that came, and this was because Cosmic Creeper, I saw this on her Instagram page actually, and it's the Animal Ally Oracle cards by Jessica Swift. And I was thinking of doing like my animal decks, like animal oracle and tarot decks, and like making a video on it. And as I was going through all my decks, I realized that's basically every deck that I own. There's like a small portion of my decks that just has people in it or has just colors or something, but like 90% of my decks are all animal decks. So I would basically be showing you like my entire tarot and oracle collection. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll do something else, a different kind of video. Sherry Bug's like, animal decks rule, they do, which is why I mostly have nature-based like and animal decks. Like it's the best things in life are animals and nature. This is what's inside the top lid. It says wild energy is all around you. As I say that, I have a wild puma. There's a wild puma that resides in my home, and right now he's in his natural habitat, which is on a hammock while he takes a bath in the tinted sun. On the inside of the bottom box, you are not alone. Whoa, you know what just hit me? I pulled my card of the day, which is on my nightstand behind me back there, and I pulled Otter Spirit from the Spirit Animals Oracle, and today's card was You Are Not Alone, and I was like, wait. Anywho, just thought I'd point that out. It comes with just a little like pamphlet like this that you unfold and gives you some meanings about the animals, but really what the author wants you to do is do a little digging on your own to find a connection with the animals. So like let's say you pull the turkey card, do a little digging, try to find out kind of like what Ted Andrews says in his books, like try to figure out what does that animal eat? What is this animal's natural habitat? What's this animal's like cycle? Like what is their sleep and active cycle? What parts of the year are they more active? When do their offspring, when is there like a blossoming of their offspring? What part of the world do they reside in? And it's through all of that that you can gain a message from your animal totem. Sherry Bug said, "Wild puma, yes, stalks his prey across the Kalahari." Oh yes, we need to say this in an Australian accent, or no, not British, but sorry. The wild puma stalks his prey across the Kalahari. There we go. Turkey's natural habitat is roasting in the oven. I was gonna say a turkey's natural habitat is sitting here talking to you guys. Hello. Turkey here. um, by the way, I don't know if I want to mention this. Okay, so we have the Del Mar Fair every year here in San Diego. Well, now it's called the San Diego Fair. It's the Del Mar Fair, yo. And they have the little 4-H section. So all the kids that have like the 4-H club, they raise their like rabbits and turkeys and stuff like that. And there's like the turkeys that they're pretty awesome. Some of them are like big white turkeys, and some of them are like the turkeys that you guys just saw in the card. And every time we go over there for Del Mar Fair and I go hang out with the turkeys, the boy turkeys try to show off to me. It's when they go and they like hold their breath and they puff out their chest and they start turning like colors, like because they're holding their breath and they're trying to like puff out so big. And I don't know why, like boy turkeys are always trying to like turn me on, I guess. They're like showing me how big they can puff themselves and how purple they can make their heads, and how much they can fan their feathers, their little tail feathers back there. So yes, apparently I am what male turkeys are looking for, and zebras. Every time we go to the zoo, zebras get really excited around me. Anyway, just a odd observation that my dude has noticed. He's like, I think certain male animals have like a thing for you. I'm like, I know, it's kind of creepy. I'm just like, whoa, okay, whew, I'm gonna move on. So sorry to excite you, Mr. Turkey and Mr. Zebra. Ooh, horsey, my spirit animal. Here we got whale. Raccoon, aka trash panda. Mouse. Oh, cheetah, that reminds me. Once a day over at the San Diego Wild Animal Park, they have the cheetah run. So the cheetah is usually out there with his dog companion, because they always raise a cheetah with a dog so that the cheetah knows that it is safe. You know, if the dog feels safe, the cheetah feels safe. So it'll be out there with his dog companion. And they put a little bit of like food on this like fake rabbit, and then they zip it along the side, and then you get to watch like the cheetah run like 70 miles an hour, and then they let it have its like, you know, treats, but it gets all kinds of treats all the time, but it's like its favorite treat, you know. So everybody gets to see the cheetah run just once a day, and sometimes they don't do it, like if the cheetah doesn't feel like it, they're not going to force the cheetah to run. So, you know, cheetah's feeling good, he's all stretched out, he's ready to go, then they will do the cheetah run. Sherry Bug said trash panda. Never heard that. It's what we call them over here in San Diego, trash pandas. My favorite, let's see, I would say movie raccoon was in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I don't know if you guys have seen Harold and Kumar. I love that movie. But yes, there's a part where was it Harold gets bit in the neck by like a rabid raccoon. And he's like trying to fight the raccoon. It's literally like a hand puppet, but it's like so goofy. And he like goes to throw it out the window, and it like stays for a moment out the window. It's like, ah, ha, 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 and then it like flies by. Oh my gosh. I need to watch that movie again tonight. Either I want to watch that one or I want to watch Euro Trip. Euro Trip is one of my favorite movies. Like, I love like funny movies. Like, I'm not too much of like a romance movie person. I'm not too much of like a serious drama movie type person. But I am a comedy. So yes, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, or Euro Trip, Or what's another good one? Oh, Zach and Miri make a porno. It's not a like a real. I mean, it's funny. OMG, how about Game of Thrones? You know what? I am so like embarrassed to say I've never seen Game of Thrones. Like my best friends are huge Game of Thrones fans, and they like invite me like to the whatever, I think there was a new season or something has started, and they threw like this huge like Game of Thrones like themed party with like Game of Thrones themed drinks, and they all wore their costumes and everything, and they were like, you need to come join us. And I was like, I would feel awkward because I don't know much about it, and I was like, and I don't want to just like crash your party. So I'm like, and I know that's like something everybody loves and they, you know, want me to see, and I'm like, I will someday. Like I think I need to unsubscribe. Sorry. So I know I need to see it. I just, you know, I don't yeah, I just need it this summer. This summer when I have more time, I will watch Game of Thrones. I need to go see oh gosh, what's that other, there's a show I really want to go see, I want to see. I forgot. It's got a really weird name to it. It's something about like it's really paranormal, and something about like a girl has an accident and she's trying to remember her past, and like she's like gained all these like super psychic powers or something like that. And I think they've already had either the first season or the first episode. But yeah, apparently everybody's like raving about it, and it's one that I want to see. And I have it on my phone, which is currently filming me right now, but I have it saved because I want to see that too. So I want to see Game of Thrones. I want to see that. Like I'm so behind on like shows that I also watch, you know, like that I've already been watching. Like I like to watch Ghost Adventures. I haven't watched in a while, and I mean, they probably still do they still have Supernatural? Because I used to watch Supernatural like all the time. I was in love with one of the dudes and their car, their Chevelle. Like I thought it was pretty hot. I was like, oh, the Chevelle was so hot. Oh, and one of the guys, he was hot too. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of my shows in so long. I feel so detached from my TV watching. And so I just kind of watch like my YouTube videos because they're a lot shorter, so I just like, you know, watch little bits here and there. But this summer I'm so happy because I'm finally gonna be able to watch some things I wanted to watch. Anywho, so this is the Animal Allies Oracle that I was showing you guys before I went off on my very shameful I haven't watched Game of Thrones tangent. But I do need to see it. It's not that I don't think it looks awesome. I think it looks freaking awesome. I don't want to like, because I know me. If I get into something, I will forgo doing anything else because I just want to watch. It's okay. We still love you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I got a couple of books in the mail. Like I said, I don't want to read any novels right now. I do want to read, you know, that novel that goes along. I want to read the Raven's Wand this summer. But I got a couple of books that aren't novels because I know I can just kind of like flip through them and I won't be like super dedicated to trying to finish it while I'm at a super busy part of the year. But I got a book that was recommended by Sammy Menzo, who, as we all know, is totally freaking awesome. She's so adorbs and she's so knowledgeable when it comes to astrology. You know, her grandmother, who's, you know, super knowledgeable in astrology and all of that, she had recommended the only astrology book you'll ever need. So of course I went and got it. And I just got it yesterday. I haven't even cracked it open yet because I want to use a little bit of this weekend to kind of look through it and kind of see what's going on here, because I I know a little bit about astrology. Like I know the houses, I know ruling planets, I know rising signs and moon signs, sun signs, kind of what the differences between them. Um, I know some pretty basic astrology, but I feel like there are so many knowledgeable people that I see on YouTube and in our community who they just have so many wonderful insights when it comes to astrology and connecting it with tarot, which I do as well. But some can really just dive into it, and I feel like that's something that I want to learn to in more depth because I want to add more depth to my readings and to how I make connections, with what I do. So it's like I want to add more to my repertoire. It's kind of like I want to get my stuff downloaded in my brain, kind of like Neo in the Matrix, right? So I want to download this into my brain. So this is by Joanna Martine Wolfalk, if you are interested. And you can always jump over on Sammy's channel. Click on her playlists of like where it says astrology or book recommendations, and you'll find this book. So definitely want to give this a crack. Actually, I'm just gonna open it a little bit right now. So it looks like it's divided into your sun sign astrology, some lesser known influences, understanding the basics of astrology, histories and legends. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Sun tables, moon tables, ascendants, planetary tables. So a lot of stuff going on in here. Yeah. Because I also want to know, cause like stuff that I don't know is like when things are, what's it, adjunct and nodes and things are squared, and I'm like, huh? I want to speak this language that you are speaking. So yes, so I got that book, and then because I am already into numerology, there was a link that Vix from New Age Hipster had linked to was it somebody on Facebook, and she was talking about our names, like the letters that are in our names, how they hold a numerical vibration. And Grun Oila, how are you, Green Owl? And I just found it really fascinating, connecting numerology to our names and how our given names, the names that are on our birth certificate, hold a certain energy for, our path, and how sometimes people change their names, of course. And then, traditionally, like when women get married, they take the man's name or last name. But some people hyphenate their names. Some people don't change their last name at all. Some people completely change their first name, or they abbreviate it, or they shorten it or something. Like they're called JR, instead of like Junior or Jordan or whatever it may be. And how all of that carries a vibration. Like she was talking about the name Victoria, which is our homegirl Vix from New Age Hipster. Her first name is Victoria. Well, my grandmother, her first name was Victoria. It was Victoria Genevieve, but she thought Victoria was too like Victoria. Like she didn't want to be like that, so she went and she changed her name to Genevieve Victoria. And it was always Jen for short. She also didn't want to be called Genevieve, so it was Jen, Gen. So like, yeah, so my nana was always Jen. If people called her Genevieve, then she was like, you don't know me. But yeah, and how then maybe in this lifetime she wasn't ready to be a Victoria, or whatever the energy was that Victoria held. She was ready to be a Jen, not even a Genevieve. She was ready to be a Jen, and even that holds a vibration. So I got oh, Green Alice said, ooh, have you stumbled across the thought that name changes without numerology will reset your karma? Ooh. Green Owl be dropping the knowledge in here. um, so I got this. It was Juno Jordan. I like the alliteration. Numerology, the romance in your name, although in the reviews people were saying like don't be fooled by it's like doesn't really have much to do with romance. It's like it's kind of like romancing the stone kind of thing, you know. But anyway, it's using numerology, connecting it with your name and things like that, and I just thought it sounded really interesting and just you know it's even connecting it with music, um, which, as you know, I'm an opera singer. Like, I love me some music. So it's, connecting it with the keys on a piano, you know, um, putting numbers to that and then putting letters. Well, there are letters, on the piano. There's do re mi fa sol la si do, and there's also like A B C D E F and G. um, so yeah, there's all that connection, and so I was just really interested, and I want to dive into that too. So again, I don't have time for like a novel right now. I'll do that over the summertime. But right now, I think that kind of just taking little bits of pieces of these two books that I got while I'm in a busy time of year, while I'm trying to promote Wally's World, will be good for me. And then, of course, in the summertime, I can really dive in. And I think it'll be really fascinating, really interesting. Speaking of music and singing, I got a message this morning from one of my friends who I met in Italy when I sang in an opera over there about 4 years ago now. And he was one of my master teachers over there. He was like really helping to like control my voice because I have a really big voice. As he calls it, he says I have a big girl voice without having to be a big girl. He was like, you have this big. He's like kind of he says round and full, and he says a much older sounding voice. He says like you have the voice of like a 50-year-old, and he says that's not or even maybe even 60. He says, and that's not like knocking you, that's like a compliment in the music world. He says because as we know, the older that a woman gets or a male gets, he says our voices age like a fine wine. When a woman hits her 30s, her vocal cords kind of do change a little bit, where it's not so prominent like in adolescence where little boys like they're like they'll have the cracking in their voice, but music for the vibe, hey. But women have a voice change around 30, around 40, 50, 60, and so on. So it was kind of nice when my voice changed a little bit after 30. It dropped a little bit, so I wasn't so squeaky anymore. And it did help my singing voice. And so anyway, he said, he says, really admire your instrument. He goes, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but he said that he is going to be starting his own like a vocal school. And I was like, dude, yay. I'm like so excited for you, because he's been, teaching for well over a decade, doing master courses and things like that. And so he said it'll be in Mexico. And over spring break next year, he would like me to go down there. He says, he also wanted to know if he could use some of the clips of working with me in the promo. And I was like, go ahead, like, I don't care. And so he was like, it'll be like opera and adventures. I was like, you mean like riding dirt bikes through the desert, like singing opera? Because that would be totally awesome. And he's like, something adventurous, but maybe not that. So I was like, four-wheelers? But yeah, so I mean, that sounds fun, and I'm really excited for him. Sherry Bug said, yes, taking voice lessons at 45 was way different from lessons in the 20s. Yes, because I do remember getting lessons when I was like in my early 20s. I couldn't get a lot of voice lessons because I was broke as a joke, yo. And I remember lessons were $20, and it was so hard for me to gather $20, so I would scrounge and even try to like look for change on the ground. Like, seriously, I was like broke in college, and put together $20 so I can get like 1/2 hour voice lesson like a month. Oh, Wagner, Ride of the Valkyries through the desert. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, that would be freaking awesome. Do you know they play Flight of the Valkyries at the start of every school year at the school that I work at, and it gets me so pumped. That is like one of our theme songs. I love it. Oh, Max is here. Hey, we are doing well over here. I got a sleeping puma over there. I have a sleeping panther outside the door. So things are going well. Musically, other things, let's see, Sherrybug, I declared a music minor so I could have free lessons in college. Oh, if I could go back and redo some things would have been redone. And Celtic Witch is here. I missed your last live, so glad I caught you today. Well, hello. So glad you came in. So what I have lined up for like September, October this year, I'm going to be in the chorus for Romeo and Juliet with the California Performing Arts. And it is a paid gig, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be in the Pirates of Penzance, which is by Gilbert and Sullivan, and that's going to be with Bodhi Tree, and that's going to be like September, October-ish. So yeah, and I'm gonna start rehearsals in August for Romeo and Juliet. And it's kind of cool because I don't like I don't go and like seek out roles or like ask to be in things. It's usually like people just like text me or email me and they're like, hey, we need your big soprano voice. Do you want to do blah, blah, blah? And I was like, sure, cool. We'll put you in touch with the director. Okay, cool. So I just kind of like fall into doing like singing stuff, a couple of times a year. And I like it. I like that it's like really low key and it's like not a lot of pressure to do like a whole lot of operas or anything like that. I just like to sing. I don't want to be stressed or pressured to the point where I eventually don't like singing. I just want to like continue doing it for fun. And hey, I get a little cash here and there, so I'm like, that's cool. I just like doing my little stuff because I like to sing. Oh, so everybody's saying hello to each other. Okay, so those were the 4 things that came in the mail. Tara in a wench pirate costume. Green Owl, I have a wench pirate costume. And I don't ask me why I have this wench costume. I just do. It's underneath the house in like I have a bin full of like costumes, and I think one day there was like a sale going on at like one of the Halloween stores, and I was like, oh, I need this. And it was like I said, when I was like broke in college, and it was like the discounted discount, so it came down from like, I don't know, it was like a $60 costume to like a $10 or $15 costume, and that was like one of my friends like lending me $5 so that I could get this costume. I was like, yes. I remember wearing it in my dorm room. I'm like, you could totally wear this out. Like, I think this is in style still. And one of my friends is like, why are you dressed like a pirate wench? Because it's the new couture. So yeah, I have that. So do I. It's a staple for singers, I think. Yes, it's fun for many occasions. Yes. Let's see. I also have Batgirl. I have Batgirl underneath the house. I have my Lara Croft costume, which I pieced together from the Army surplus store myself. Like, I like had her picture. I was like trying to like totally like copy her. I have her identical outfit. I'm very proud of myself. It's a mixture of Charlotte Russe, Army surplus, and Forever 21. Oh, and then instead of having real guns, which I could have, I have like Nerf guns that I put in my holsters. Yes, muy auténtico. And I got my English breakfast tea today. Okay. What else was I going to show you guys? Oh, yes. The stone that I felt really drawn to yesterday, and I don't know if you guys have been feeling this too. Sorry, I'm digging around in my pocket. I'm like not digging down my shorts. I have been feeling as of late, like really, like your spidey senses are up and like you feel super connected, like to spirits everywhere, to like your clairs, like super, super in it. Like I feel like just a like little walking ball of psychicness, like I don't know if you guys have been feeling that lately, but I have like a lot of that energy where I just want to read everything. I want to see and talk to everything that is of other dimensions. Like I'm just like, so full of that kind of beaming psychic energy. And I'm like, maybe it's because I'm not teaching right now and I'm getting a lot more sleep. So maybe my energy levels are up and I can like actually do better with that stuff. So I don't know. I just been feeling a lot of that. I know that we just had a full moon yesterday. Very beautiful full moon, by the way. And then I felt really drawn to one stone in particular. I don't know how to connect to spirit really. I think everybody can, and sometimes everybody connects to spirit differently. And sometimes we're connecting, we just don't even know we're connecting. So sometimes when we get like you have a feeling about something, or like you just kind of feel a little something, sometimes that's spirit. Sometimes like for me recently, I keep thinking that there's low clouds in the sky even though there's no clouds, and I think that, oh, maybe the clouds are really low, and so there's like little puffs of clouds moving along the street or moving in front of my truck, like when I'm driving. It'll just be like a human shaped puff like going by, and I'm like, oh, the clouds must be really low. And then my boyfriend's like, what cloud? I'm like, the clouds that are going past the truck. And he's like, those are ghosts. He goes, I don't see anything, so you must be seeing ghosts. Oh. So I'm like, oh, so that's what we're seeing now. Because sometimes I do see, like, it's very rare, but like a full blown apparition. Oftentimes I do see our old cat. Sometimes in my mind's eye, sometimes with my eyeballs. But lately I've been seeing like white wisps everywhere. So I guess I was like, oh, I guess we're doing that now. Sherrybug, I feel like it has happened and definitely remember things from when I was little, but I think I shut it down and don't know how to access it on my own. I think the main thing to do is just to maybe even out loud say I'm ready to receive spirit. However, these are the ways that I do not want to receive spirit, because you can put your own boundaries. Like for me, for the longest time, I was like, I only want to see spirit in my dreams, because in my waking life, I'm too scared. I know that if I saw my grandmother, who I know, both my grandmothers, who I know are dead, if I saw them in my waking life, I freak the F out, well, at least I used to. So now I'd be like, hey, what's up? Like, that's kind of cool. So I put these boundaries and I would say them like in my head all the time, like, please, 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 I don't want to see an apparition. I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to know anything while I'm awake, but while I'm asleep, let's chat. And so in my dreams, that's where spirit used to come. And when I'd wake up, I would just kind of get a feeling like it was more than a dream. And although I don't have any like proof that it was more than a dream, it just felt like it, and I have to go off of what my gut feels like. So I would write it all down, all the dreams that I felt like were more than dreams, and the messages that I got, and the people that I was talking to, how they looked, what was the setting that we were in. And I have that particular diary of my spirit journal, I call it, is in my nightstand back there. And then I don't know, as I got more comfortable with spirit, I started opening up a little more. I would say I would like to feel spirit in my waking life only. I only want to feel spirit. So I did. I started feeling like I had to get used to it, kind of like the brushing I would feel. Sometimes I would just feel like chills. Sometimes I'd feel really warm. Sometimes I would feel like a hand on my back, but it would feel like loving. And then when I got used to that, I started opening up more. I would start to say, okay, the last thing that I had to open up with, because it still freaked me out, was hearing. Hearing things in my head, because my cousin suffered from auditory schizophrenia, and I was so afraid that maybe it ran in the family, and maybe I had auditory schizophrenia too. Like, I didn't want to have what which she had, because I know that she suffered from it greatly. She also had, a plethora of like other mental illness. But it was like, I was so scared to have that too, that I was like, I don't ever, ever, ever want to hear spirit during my waking life. Like, no. And then eventually, I don't know, this was like maybe a year or two ago now. I was like, I think I'm ready. I know I'm not nuts. Like, I know I'm not, like people are just like, oh, you're crazy. Like, you're not hearing anything. Like, they used to irk me when people would say my cousin was just crazy, but it was like she couldn't help it. It was mental illness. Yeah. So and then I start to question, like, how much of it was what was diagnosed as mental illness, and how much was it because my cousin was like really, really psychic. Like, how much was it like stuff that she just couldn't deal with because she was so open, and so she was like such an innocent, like, pure soul, like, and it was like, how much of it was that, and the doctors would say, I don't know. So that like messes with my head too. So I finally had opened myself up, and I was like, I don't mind hearing now. So it was stuff that, like Max says, yes, I could hear a little bit, but I would be like, nope, 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 not hearing anything. Um, so in my waking life, I do hear now. Sometimes, like, it's like really audible. Like, I literally think there's somebody in my house or somebody standing next to me in my bed. And it'll sometimes be before I fall asleep, sometimes just when I'm alone in the house. But sometimes it's like how you have like a third eye? It's like well, I got 2 ears. It's like my third and fourth ear. So it's like my inner ear. Well, there really is an inner ear, but it's in my head that I hear, other than like outside. But I do get both. So I think, Sherry Bug, it's just like what you're comfortable with. Sometimes some people are like, man, I want to see a ghost. I want to see a ghost. But the minute they feel like there's a ghost in the room, they're like, I don't want to see a ghost. I don't want to see a ghost. And people like freak out because there's still like that reservation. There's still that fear. I haven't been with my spirit group in a while, but we go out and we try to like help spirit. And there's some people that are just like wanting, like, they're just there to get scared. Like, they just want to use ghosts like to be scared. Like, it's like some sort of like fun adventure thing. And it's like, they're just people. It's like you want to get yourself scared off of people, although some people can be scary. But it's some people are like, oh, and they have all this equipment. I want to see a ghost. But then when we're like, oh, look, here is proof that there is an apparition here, they're like, ah, and they like scream. So I don't know. It's just something that I think we just, even I wouldn't say I'm like, like Miss Guru, like I know everything about ghosts, because our spirit, or energy, I'm still learning new things. I'm still opening up to new things. I'm still like seeing and witnessing new things. So I don't know. I'm just trying to share, like, I guess my little journey. I guess maybe it helps. I don't know. But I was talking about like a stone that, because of all this like spirit energy that I'm feeling, and this like psychic energy that I'm feeling, I felt really drawn to chrysoprase. So these are the only two pieces of chrysoprase that I have, and I really love it. It kind of is very similar to like gem silica, but I love me some chrysoprase. It's this beautiful like seafoam green, like a darker seafoam green. This one it's hard to see, but it's got like little rainbows in it, and it's pretty cool. So I slept with this under my pillow last night, and although I don't remember my dream, I remember I had some pretty trippy dreams last night. That's all I remember, is that they were trippy. I just don't remember what they were. So yeah, you guys can definitely maybe, I don't know, check out about chrysoprase. It's probably pronounced differently, but I call it chrysoprase. YRSOPRASE. So yeah. So I'm all about this right now. And I was like feeling a lot of spirit energy actually before I went on the live chat today, and it was like, you should just like talk to spirit the whole time. And I'm like, maybe not right now, but like another live chat maybe. Because I just feel like really bombarded with like everybody, and it's not a bad feeling. It's just it's just a woo, there's a lot of energy going on. Mm. And then in the past like 6 months, I have been like bombarded by a particular god to work with. And I think I actually made a video yesterday about it, and I'm not going to post it till next week. But it's like, how do you know when like gods, goddesses, or deity wants to work with you? And I've been bombarded by Mercury. The god Mercury. My ruling planet is Mercury, and I should be like, duh, of course Mercury. I used to wear the winged foot, whenever I ran my track meets, and me and my friends or my relay girls, we used to like hold my winged foot, because I had the necklace, and we would all hold it and we would all pray on it. Where it'd be like, dear track god, make us run really fast, help us to be swift, help us to beat these other girls, let us break a school record, and we would always pray on my necklace, and then afterwards we'd be like, oh yeah, and anybody else who wants to help out, like Buddha, Jesus, or like whoever else, amen. And literally we would do that for every single race. We always prayed on my winged foot. I don't have that winged foot anymore, unfortunately. It was stolen when our house was broken into a couple years ago, but I have since like bought another. It's a shoe with a wing charm, but I'm still on the lookout for like a really nice like winged foot charm, because I have that connection to, I always loved the winged shoe. I just still doodle it on everything. Sometimes I draw it on my student papers. Like sometimes I still draw it on my skin or draw it on my ankle, and I always have this like winged foot. I've been drawing it on myself since I was like a kid, and like I always loved the winged foot. And then, 6 months ago, I started really getting into, like, I started seeing the caduceus everywhere, which is the staff of, Hermes or Mercury. And at first I thought it was like the medical symbol. And then as I, like, dove in deeper, I was like, oh, wait, no, it gets confused with, like, Asclepius, and stuff like that. And that staff with the single snake. And I was like, wow. And so I started learning more about it, and then the more I dove into like the caduceus and the winged foot, the more I feel like images of Mercury or Hermes like just start popping up everywhere. Although I feel like I have more of a connection with Mercury than I do the Greek version of Hermes. And although they have a lot of similarities, of course there's differences between cultures, so some of the stories are different and they just don't translate between each other. So I've been doing like all this research on Mercury, and now I'm like, okay. And he came in like full force right when I like launched my deck. And I was like, and then, I realized, okay, he's not just like the god of like speed, swiftness, messenger, and all of that, but he's the god of commerce, which, Mercury is where we get like merchant, mercantile, all of that, root words from, obviously our root words come from a lot of different languages and cultures, because we are a melting pot. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, maybe he's helping me with my deck. So I pulled out a couple of cards from my gods and goddesses decks that I have, which I decided to just pull out all my gods and goddesses decks. I just felt like they needed to all be separated from my other decks now. And I have my pile and it's sitting right here. And I'm like, I need his photo. Like I need his artwork or whatever. So I put up a picture of Hermes and I have a picture of Mercury, because of the only two cards I have in all of my decks. So they're up on my altar, and I just really feel like I have to work with his energy. So now I'm like, I want to do like a meditation tonight and really sit with like his energy and be like, what should I do next? Or just what message do you want to give me? Like, how do you want me to work with your energy? How do you want me to honor you? Because basically I've been praying to you, dude, since I was, let's see, when did I start running? I don't know, since I was like 9 or 10. I've been praying to Mercury, not really knowing that like I'm like actually praying to Mercury. Like I was always just praying to the winged foot, but Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any like gods or goddesses that or deities that you feel have been like calling you as of late, but like Mercury's been whamming me upside the head. He's like, "Girl, we need to work. You got something that you need to do. That's my specialty." I'm like, "Bro, where have you been?" Like so anyway, yeah, me and Mercury been working on the deck. Um let's see. Celtic Witch said, I've been doing the same kind of thing with Oshun. I feel she is calling me to work with her. Yeah, oops, hold on. I was mentioning in my video that I think that, because somebody had asked me, about Santa Muerte. And she said, I'm of like Nordic origin and like my background, and I don't know if it's appropriate for me to work with Santa Muerte. And I was like, girl, if Santa Muerte has been calling you, I think it would be disrespectful to turn down her energy. If a deity or a god or goddess wants to work with you, I don't think they see us for our skin color, our religion, our background, our DNA, our roots. They look at the energy within us, and that's the energy they want to connect with. So if Santa Muerte comes from, a Latin culture and you don't have any Latin background, like, girl, she doesn't see that. Like, she doesn't see like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I only work with people who are from South America or from Mexico or like whatever. Like, it's not like that. That would seem very I don't know, just superficial of spirit to do. And spirit has such a, it's all energy, and so there is no bodies, there is no color, there is no culture. It's just, I want to work with you. Okay, cool. Of course you want to read up on that deity. If you didn't know anything about Santa Muerte, you would want to find out like what are the like traditional, what are the traditions, what are the customs, how do people normally work with her, how does she want me to work with her. Of course you would want to be respectful, upon wanting to honor that deity. I'm not Indian, but if I work with Ganesh, I work with Lakshmi, I work with a lot of like Hindu deities, but I myself am not, I'm not Hindi, but I do try to look into their backgrounds. I do try to see how they are, worshipped or loved, how, what is their energy. And I try to be as respectful as possible when working with them, because I think that we're just kind of connecting with each other on an energetic level, other than looking at me and being like, oh, this girl is an Indian, therefore I don't want to work with her. Like, I don't think it's like that. But that's just like my my thing. Green Alice said, track in the winged foot. Were your track letters in that symbol too? um what do you mean my track letters? Because I have a Letterman's jacket. Actually, I probably should maybe one day bust out my old Letterman's jacket, because it literally never gets worn. It hasn't been worn since I graduated high school. But I don't want to get rid of my Letterman's jacket. But yeah, our letters were the winged feet. So yeah, I have one winged foot, because you don't get like multiple winged feet. So I have the patch version of the winged foot in my letter, which is like CP for, where I went to high school. Um, and then we had bars. Like, I would have the 2-year bar, the 3-year bar, and of course the 4-year bar. Since me and the girls, my relay girls, we were captains, but we have the school records in like both the relays, and we went to state. We got a special like kind of fake gold version. So I have like the gold wing shoe plus 4 gold bars that are like pinned to my jacket. But yeah, like everywhere I look, like I have such a, like, I see the winged foot. It's like, winged foot. Like that's where I gotta go. I have never had God call to me, but I think it's because I'm definitely still Christian, God, Trinity centered, but several goddesses have, which I still believe is a different side of God. Yeah, definitely. I think, like for me, because I see things just in terms of energy, and I'm not saying that everything I say is like 100% correct. This is just true for me, and everybody has like their own, obviously, truths and their own perceptions. But I think that what we consider God or source, um, is neither male nor female, but has like male and female energy. Like there would be what we would perceive as humans to be like a man and a woman. That there would be the, this is the male version of God and this is the female version of God, or this is, and so I think that it's like mixture. Well, kind of like my yin and yang. That God is like, what makes up God is this. Is balance and is light, dark, male, female. Um, so, I mean that's kind of how I see God. Oh, I'm like, Sherry Bug, I can't see what you're writing. um, but yeah, so for me, I guess what I would just consider God to me is, oops, remove the wrong one. I see it as just source, like all that is, like that we're all connected to this, like to me, in my brain, it would be like a ball of energy, and that we all kind of like, branch off from this ball of energy and, do whatever. That, this whole world, this whole universes is made up of this like source energy, which is just eternal. There's enough energy to go around. Wow, which was my other card of the day. Bam! I just mentioned both my cards of the day during this chat. That you are not alone with the otters and the card deck that I showed at the beginning. And then there's enough to go around, or there's enough. I'm talking about source, and literally that was my card. It says there's enough to go around. And I'm like, huh. well then. Yes, I think so too. God's source is one energy, but I feel like there is male and female feeling energies. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, ooh, we're having such a good discussion. I love it. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, wow, I love this discussion. Well then, let's actually take a look at some of those decks then. I mean, while they're all here. What Kelly from the Truth and Story had done is she pulled out a few of her goddess decks, and then she pulled, like, let's say, I don't know, Lakshmi, let's say. She would pull like Lakshmi from each of the decks, or Mother Mary, or, whatever goddess it may be, and just to see how they're depicted in the different artworks of the different decks, how the energy changes, in each deck. And I thought that was so beautiful. So definitely, go check out Kelly's channel. She has like her goddess like side by sides. I thought that was neat. So I have, let me show you guys. Ooh. These are literally all my like goddesses decks. So yeah, Sherry Bug, weren't those good videos? So I have a couple of decks that are just like one goddess, like just my Isis deck, or just my Kuan Yin deck. But these are the decks where it has like multiples, of gods, goddesses, ascended masters. And so I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to pull all of them from my collection and make them separate. And then that's when I separated and I took out my my Hermes and my Mercury cards so that I could put it on my altar. But I just wanna do a little. I'm gonna pull from here. What god or god? Well, this one's a goddess deck. So what goddess is maybe here right now with us, maybe helping to drive this chat that we're having. And then I want to see what her energy looks like in each of these decks. And not every deck has every goddess, so sometimes some decks like won't have like Kuan Yin or something like that. But I just want to see which. I just think it's interesting, and I've been working with them like that, kind of, where I'd pull out one, and then I'd pull out that same goddess from all of the decks, and then I put them all on my nightstand, and I only for when I'm getting ready to go to bed. So like I pulled, excuse me, the goddess Tara. As we know, she comes in different colors. So sometimes it's the white Tara and the green Tara is the most I guess, most popular colors, but she has red and she's all these other colors. But I put all her cards on my nightstand because I wanted to feel like what would I just want to work with her energy while I sleep. And so that's what I've been doing, you know, because the cards all from the different artist perspective hold different energies. So I just thought it's an interesting way to work with energy while I sleep, like energy of a certain like god or goddess or deity. So let's see who's here right now. Oh, interesting. I have Cordelia, which actually, when I think of the name Cordelia, I think of the mom in Beetlejuice. So is that her name, Cordelia? Cordelia Dietz? But I know, I'm not trying to disrespect the goddess here, but it says, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. I will. After my live chat, I will, okay? Because it's gorgeous out there. I'm not that familiar with Cordelia, so I'm just going to look in the guidebook real quick. And then I'm going to see if she's in any of these other decks, because I'm not sure if she is, actually. Okay, Cordelia is number 39. Okay, about Cordelia. This Celtic fairy goddess helps watch over the flowers that bloom in the spring and summer. She's associated with the ancient sacred day Beltane. I literally just did my Beltane altar. Ah! And the dude just bought me flowers to get ready for, well, yeah, that. So I have these beautiful flowers on my altar right now. Well, you guys probably saw it in the thumbnail for this live chat. It's celebrated May 1st to welcome the Celtic summer season. Call upon Cordelia to help you thaw any situation or relationship that seems cold and dreary. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, you guys! That like means so much to me. I literally just did my altar. Wow. Okay. Max said, love the altar. Okay, so I'm gonna see if, I don't know. I'm gonna check the other decks. Let's see if Cordelia's in here. No. Not in here. Not the Ascended Masters. Gee, Cordelia, are you the only one? I'm gonna check out the, excuse me, Keepers of the Light. No, there's Cernunos. No. She might be the only, she might be a lone card. I don't think she's in any of these other decks. And then Abil Singh, hello, how are you? Sherry Bug's like, wow, that is some serious synchronicity. I know, I was like, whoa. I literally put those flowers on my altar last night. I cut them, I put them in a pretty vase. I haven't done a Beltane altar, still have Easter Ostara up. I just did the altar yesterday. Like I just redid it. I put a new cloth. I put the stones that I felt connected to for Beltane. I put dark green candles for Beltane up. Like it's like I literally like it's like, wow, I just did it yesterday. Okay, I don't know if it's in the Goddess Power deck by Colette Baron Reed, but I don't have the guidebook on me. The guidebook's in the other room because I just have the little box with me. But I don't think she's in here either, which is probably saying something where she's like, no. You don't need to find any other versions of me. I am the only me that you need. Ooh. For Celtic Witch. There are a lot of goddesses in here, but I'm not seeing Cordelia. See Dadu. and the one I've been working with. Okay. Every time like energy hits me hard, I lose my voice. That's not good. Okay, I have my Divine Feminine Oracle. I'm going to check if Cordelia's in here. Wally, are you back there? Oh, there is a lump of Wally back there. I'm not thinking she's in here. I'm going to check one last place because I know for sure she's not in the Goddesses and Sirens. So I'm going to check my Das Orakel der Guten, my Goddess Oracle, which is this one, all the way from Germany in an awesome VHS tape box. All right, Cordelia, are you in here? Bum, 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 bum. Looking for my Beltane girl. Do, 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 do. Nope. You know, at the end of every deck has been Tara. Just another interesting observation. Okay, well, Cordelia is the one we shall be working with. So I'm going to be finishing up this live chat fairly shortly because I do want to go outside and enjoy the sunshine. You know, the dude will probably be home soon too. But yeah, let's work with some Cordelia energy. So this is, wow, Fairy for Beltane. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Okay. Let's do, actually, she goes along with the spread I wanted to show you guys. This spread, by the way, Abil Singh is leaving. All right, well, you have a wonderful rest of your day. My friend Steph over in Belgium, for one of her live chats, had created an Ostara spread, but it's like, you know, it's still springtime, so I felt like it was a really cool spread to share. And actually, like, she goes along with the spread. I know it's Ostara and she's Beltane, but I think that it connects. So if you guys have your cards, this will be the last thing that we do today. So go ahead and bust out your cards. I'm going to use, I'm going to use my Oracle deck. She's not in the Murashinki Goddess Oracle either. Interesting. I'm going to do a little bit more research on her after this live chat because I really don't know much about her, so I don't want to be all like saying much because I don't know much about that fairy goddess, but I'm really interested now. I'm like, wow, because like the synchronicity is like blowing my MTV socks off, which I am wearing like my MTV socks. So let's do this. So if you guys have your cards, let's do it together. This will be our last thing, and of course I'll send you guys off with some healing. And move these decks back. And Google Blur is about fairies and flowers. Muy interesante. Okay, I'm going to pair. I'm going to actually put her card up as like, I'm going to put her on my laptop actually. She's going to be the energy of this. I want to use the Raven's Wand Oracle, and I want to pair that with my deck here. So let me look at the questions. Okay, question number 1. Okay, so it'll go like this. This will be question 1, 2, 3, 4. It's meant to look like a flower growing in the grass. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have 5, 6. Where's 7, 8? Oh, 7, 8, and there's like 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 for like crystals if you wanted to do crystals, but I don't have my crystals cards with me, so I'm just going to focus on the flower. These two are for 9, and then this one is 10. Okay, so you're going to use the Spolia Tarot. Excellent. So let's go with question number 1, which is the base. What will I see hatching this spring? Okay, we're already in spring, so what else I'm going to see hatching in spring? You know, I think for I'm going to use my cards for question 9, like my Wally's Oracle. So I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I'm just going to put them down. Okay, so that's question 1. Question 2, what gift is being offered to me this spring? So what gift is being offered this spring? Okay, that's probably number 2. Number 3, what energies will help me plant my new projects? Okay, Green Owl has the hero's journey for now. Okay. What energies will help me plant my new projects? That's number 3. Number 4, what area of my life needs nourishment? So this is going to be the center of our flower. What area of my life needs nourishment? Okay, that's going to be the center of my flower. Now we're going on to the petals of the flower. So with question 5, what are my strengths that I can showcase this spring? So what are my strengths? Okay, there's number 5. Number 6, which is another petal of the flower. I hadn't even asked the question yet and it flew out. Okay, that question, what area of my life needs freshening? Okay, that was like an immediate answer. Interesting. Number 7, what needs to be in my life right now? Kristen, you are not late. We're just doing a spread that was created by my friend Steph in Belgium. So if you have your cards, you can join on in. So number 7 again was what needs to be in my life right now. Number 8, what essential oil can help me live in serenity? Okay, that one I'm going to pull from Wally's Oracle. Okay, so essential oil. So I'm going to try to get from the card what essential oil that might be, because I don't have my exactly like my essential oil cards on me. Essential oil. Okay, so that's going to be that one. If you have crystal cards with you, which I don't have them with me, they're in the other room and I don't want to get up right now, you could do the question 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, and that is what crystals are with me this spring? Okay, so you could pull like 3 crystal cards if you have your crystal cards. So otherwise, I'm not going to do that one right now. I'm just going to focus on the flower part. And then for the essential oil, I pulled from Wally's Oracle to try to gain from the sacred site what essential oil that might be. Because I don't have my essential oil cards on me. Okay, question number 9, which is a double carder down here. And again, I'm going to go back to this one. How to stabilize what has already blossomed in my life. Okay, so that's 2 cards. So actually, I'll pull one from here and I'll pull one from Wally's deck. So this makes up the grass, so to speak, at the base of the flowers. Flower. Okay, so this is 1, and then from Wally's deck, this will be card number 2. Ooh, my essential oil card is Afterglow. Ooh, hey. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, last question, question number 10. What door will open at the end of spring? Because we still have quite a bit of spring. So what door will open at the end of spring? Okay. So I have everything laid out here. Gosh, you should see the card mess that I have down here. Back to my English breakfast tea. Okay. So question number 1, what will I see hatching this spring? I have sanctuary. So for me, I really feel like I'm finally gonna find some peace in what I've created for myself. Through my business, through my relationships, my of all kinds. Friendships with the dude, with my puma and my panther, the people around me, you guys. I'm gonna feel like you know finally like at home, like what I've created is very sacred and that I should continue to nurture this. You got the moon card, a um and we're still in that full moon energy, by the way. um so that's interesting. So hatching this spring, really being able to find some like peace in what I've created. I love that. I love it's a beautiful card. FYI, I usually don't like animals that look like people, but this doesn't look creepy to me. So I'm okay with it. Number two, what gift is offered to me this spring? Ooh, we have the destroying angel. Kristen said, hold on, let me look back over here. Oh, that is stunning. I need to get that deck now that I realized it's available and not still on pre-order. Yes, it is awesome deck. Um, I've been getting the Tower card, and I've been feeling Santa Muerte's energy. I mean, although I do work with her, kind of coming in, and she's been letting me know that she's going to create a tower moment for me, but it's out of love. She's like, there's some, it looks like you need a little bit of help, because you're wanting to get from point A to point B. There seems to be a lot of obstacles in your way. She goes, I just want to knock them down. So I'm going to help clear the path for you. So I'm going to create a tower moment. It is coming soon, which is what I get. But she's like, I feel that with this destroying angel. Um, like she's my destroying angel. um, let's see. Green Owl got Divinity in Blue Jeans for card number 2. Nice. Um, so yes, the gift that's being offered is more of like a clearing the path for me. That I got my homies on the other side, kind of helping me out, which is pretty nice. Number 3, what energies will help me plant my new projects? Sorry, what was question 2 again? I got the earth element. Oh, question 2 was what gift is offered to me this spring? Excuse me. Number 3, what energies will help me plant my new projects? We have Black Wands Redemption. So I kind of get from here again a lot of Santa Muerte's energy because she's been helping big time, but also with the wings, I'm also seeing Mercury, who's been helping out too. Maybe also bringing in his brother Mars, who is the god of war, kind of also helping to maybe clear the path, although Mercury is more of peace but swiftness. So I kind of feel like, I've put so much into some things right now that they feel like it's time to get a little bit of return on them. So Sherry Bug got the 3 of Wands. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like there's so much energy going on. Like I it's tangible. Celtic Witch got the Lovers. Nice. Okay. Question number 4. What area of my life needs nourishment? So remember, this is the center of our flower. What area of my life needs nourishment? Wild at heart. Just letting myself be free and to be more me, and to maybe allow myself to have a little bit more fun, because I've been working, and I've been working really hard. And I know that for some things I do have to work really hard, like for the Wally's World Oracle, I do want it to fund, and we are at 30%, but I wanted to get 100% funded. So although it's fun work, I also have to remember to have fun outside of work. Oy vey, card 4 is X marks the spot. So, wow. Green owl, that is like totally. Celtic witch, I got the Three of Wands this time. Sherry bug got the Page of Coins. So yeah, I just feel like I need to have a little bit more fun, try out new things. You know, I have a couple of books that I'm going to be diving into, with names, numerology and names, and astrology. So I think I just need to have more fun to just learn and just be me, and not feel so pressured to do a lot of other things. But, you know, some things are unavoidable. Um, Question 5, número 5. ¿Qué es my what are my strengths that I can showcase this spring? So what are my strengths that I can showcase this spring? This is number 5. Piercing the mist. Have I not literally been talking about spirit for like a half an hour? Yeah, so maybe really diving into how I work with spirit and how I can help others, by how I work with spirit. So really diving into that. Sherry Bug got the world. Hell yeah. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to have more tea. Energy always takes my voice. Divine drunkenness. Nice. Celtic witch got King of Cups. I'm seeing a running theme in my cards. Love, love, love. Nice. You guys have some awesome cards. Number 6, or I should say number 6. Maybe this is 6. What area of my life needs freshening? What area of my life needs freshening? Ebb and flow. I've been getting a lot of this, like, just go with the flow, because I think I've been so rigid lately, and so, like, things need to be done this way, this way, this way, and this is what's going to happen. This is good. That I, for once, have to let go of control, which is really hard for me. Mine is all about work and my crazy job, I think. I think this is like my Wally's World Oracle. It's my career, and it's how I structure my life in general is kind of what I'm getting. So Sherry Bug got the 3 of Coins. So yeah, I just need to relinquish that grip. It's so hard. It's so hard for me to let go. Number 7, what needs to be in my life right now? Celtic Witch got the 8 of Wands. Ooh. So what needs to be in my life right now? Aquí. Ahora. Dreaming days. This is what needs to be in my life right now. Tune in and turn on. I need to pay attention to the messages and follow the career pursuits a little less dedicated. Yes, yes, yes. I hear you. 8 is me time. Yeah, so what needs to be in my life right now? Dreaming days. I need to allow myself to just have the days where I do nothing, which I did that yesterday, and I was very excited. I mean, I still made some videos, but I mean, I love doing that though. I told myself I wouldn't get out of bed till 10 a.m., which is like the latest I'm ever in bed, because normally I'm out by, like, if I'm sleeping in, like 7 a.m. is really pushing it for me. Otherwise, I'll be out like by 6:30. But I just need to allow myself to dream, to kind of contemplate what I want to do next, and let the muse basically come to me. Because if I don't, and I don't let my brain recharge, I'm going to be going off of a lot of like old stagnant thoughts, and it's like I need to freshen that up a little bit. So I like that. Also, so yesterday I got a dreaming card for my daily draw. Celtic Witch, Page of Wands, Sherry Bug, 2 of Wands. Yeah. Okay. question number 8. This one was the essential oil one. So if you guys are doing crystals, because you have crystal cards, then 8.1, 2, and 3 would be what crystals are with you this spring or need to be with you, or maybe just the energy of the crystal. You really don't need to go out and buy them. So there's that one. If you're doing that one, I'm skipping that one because I don't have my crystal cards. But I do have, where is my chrysoprase? I do have my chrysoprase. Where is my, oh yeah, the other one's in my pocket. Oh, okay. So the question 8 then is, what essential oil can help me live in serenity? Diopside, marcasite, and chrysoprase. Yay! Yeah, so pull your crystals if you need to pull your crystal cards right now, and then I'm going to move on to the next one, which is essential oil, which I said I was going to use Wally's World for that one. So what essential oil can help me live in serenity? Right away I got what this one was. Okay, so this picture was taken by me, and this is at my grandfather's funeral, and some really good friends of his had chipped in to have his casket pulled by horse and carriage, and you know, they had the whole 21 gun salute, and I just felt like I felt really proud to see him go out that way. So anyway, so the essential oil that I think will help me to live in serenity, the first word that came to me when I saw this was myrrh. So really, like, it's a really dark, like heavy essential oil. It's like a resin. So I think just maybe just a little bit more myrrh maybe around the house. Let's see. Grün oil got golden healer, lingonstone, and lapis. Hey, okay, okay. So yeah, my essential oil by looking at this card to me is myrrh. Myrrh is very cleansing. And it's also got that kind of dark. Sometimes you need to bring the light with the dark, so that's why I feel like myrrh. Celtic Witch got lemongrass. Numite Super 7. I have Super 7. And Lemurian Seed Crystal. Ooh, I have everything except the Numite. All right, you guys got some awesome crystals. Number 9. How to stabilize what has already blossomed in my life. Okay, so number 9 was over here. Oh, that's the one that's the 2-carder. So I pulled one from the Raven's Wand Oracle and one from Wally's World. So how do I stabilize what has already blossomed in my life? This one was taken by our very own wayward son, Wally's, back there in the pasture. So how to stabilize what has already blossomed in my life. So I think I've already, I've been doing a lot of working through a lot of old stuff, a lot of old ways of thinking, old, you know, things that have just been like imprinted in me, and like finally seeing them for what they are. And so to stabilize that, just to kind of congratulate myself. Hold on, going to low power mode. Let me plug my phone in real quick. There we go. Got the computer here. Now the phone will not go off on me. All right, it's charging. Sorry, I missed somebody's comment. Celtic Witch, I got the Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. Sherry Bug, I don't have oils cards, but I'm looking at the card. It looks like something earthy, like cedar. Ooh. Green Owl, flip it upside down. The Magic Zone. Nice. And then Sherry Bug, 2 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles from the Dream Keeper's Tarot. Um, and then Green Owl was commenting that there's a lot of court cards there. um, so yeah, I think for me, what's already blossomed is I've already made a whole lot of growth from, just kind of working through some old patterns and some old ways of thinking, and some things I thought I had already worked through. Like I was like, oh, I don't think like that anymore. But just by looking at my actions and the way I do certain things, I had to like go back on that, and I was like, wait, no, that's stuff that I must still believe, like somewhere deep down in me it must still be like some sort of belief I have. And I'm like, well, that's crap, you know. So it's been nice that I've been acknowledging those things and really seeing like, why do I hesitate to do certain things? Why do I, think a certain way on certain things? Like why do I do X, Y, and Z? And then trying to like do my walk back of that. And I think I've been doing a really good job of that. So just to stabilize it is just to be cognizant, to really look around, see the rainbows, and how everything is connected in my life. That if I didn't have all these old thought patterns, then I wouldn't have done this. But it's nice to acknowledge them now so that I can make way for new thought patterns and get rid of the ones that don't, basically serve me anymore. So yeah, I definitely dig that message. All right, that's excellent. And our last card number 10. What door will open at the end of spring? What door will open at the end of spring? Family matters. And to me, family is like you guys are like, I consider like all part of my family. I have the dude, I have my puma, I have my panther, I have my friends, I have, my awesome spiritual friends, my family, my soul family. And I think there'll be like a much more coming together of that, and even my actual family too. So I like that, the door that's being open. I love that she's sitting on some what appears to be amethyst as well. Sherry Bug said, I need to take control and look at my end goal, find a more balanced situation. Green Owl said, family is perfect. Yes. Yeah, you guys got some awesome cards too. So I have to give, a shout out to my girl Steph. So she has a really long channel name, but it's what is it? It's in French. So it's Journal du Femme Moderne et Spiritual Steph is her journal name. So yes, Journal Moderne du Femme et Spiritual Steph. But yeah, definitely go check out her channel too. So she did that during one of her live chats. Green Owl, I pulled build in breaks while sauntering slowly. I don't saunter. I have a zippy walk. Me too. Like, I get really agitated when people don't walk fast enough because I walk like, I don't know, my shoes are on fire. Like I'm always like when I walk through the halls of the school, I'm like up the stairs. I'm like literally jogging in my high heels. Like I do not have a slow walk. It actually hurts my back to walk slow. Sherry Bug, 5 of Cups for the final card. Oh my goodness. 5 of Cups. Wow, so that one for the door that's, oh wow, that's like a release of some sorts. That's good. Like finally an emotional release. Just a whoo. I like that. I dig that. You guys got freaking awesome cards, yo. And I like the decks that you guys were all using. So yeah, maybe I can show you guys like what I'm staring at, the mess of cards that I have going on here. Let me flip this around. Ugh. So, yes. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. You guys are looking at yourselves. Yeah, so I got my decks and my my spread there, but yeah, I think it came out to look pretty cool. A lot of good stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get myself ready for to go out and about for when the dude comes back in. We'll take the Viper out. Sherry Bug said, "Yep, I think I'm gonna have to change jobs. My new one isn't working out very well, and this entire spread was about it." Green Owl, oh no, a time paradox. You guys are both looking at the past while being in the future, while being in the present. Welcome to Source Energy. But yeah, see, I have like such a as much as, teaching has afforded me to do many things. I have met a lot of really, really awesome students. I've helped many students. I love working with students. I don't want to like stop working with them, which is why like I don't want to stop coaching or doing something where I'm working with teenagers. But yeah, I just like everything is like been telling me you're not going to be in that job anymore, like, and I'm like, but how like how is that going to happen? Is some like magical job going to come by and be like, we want you as our top tarot reader, like, like a freaking America's Next Top Model, but it's America's Next Top Tarot Reader or something? Like, I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm like, I don't know how. I know that I don't know. Like, all I know is that some sort of change is coming, and I finally may not have to teach anymore. And, because I also like don't want to like not work, because I love working. Like, I like making my own cash, I don't like depending on other people, but I really hate depending on other people. I don't ever want to feel like a burden, I don't want to feel like the dude has to like help me in some way or anything. Like, I don't want that. I'm like, I want to continue to, pay for our mortgage and all of that stuff. But I'm like, I don't know how, but there's like just this feeling that there's this change coming, and that the next school year may not happen, or it may happen like a lot differently, where maybe I'm not going to be full time anymore. And I'm like, what's going on? And all I'm getting is like Santa Muerte telling me the tower moment is coming, but it's good for you, it's finally going to afford you the change that you need. And I'm like, yeah, but if I leave, will I be able to pay my bills? And I got it's not just me, I got two kitties depending on me, I got the dude depending on me, I got mortgage to pay, I got credit cards to pay, I got car payment, I got I have stuff that, worldly stuff I got to take care of. And although, yes, I can cut down on a lot of things and make like, my monthly nut like this small, where it's just my mortgage, it's just, car payment and stuff like that. I was like, I still have to like make money. I can't just like live off the forest, or the desert. And so all I keep hearing is like, trust, 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 trust. And I'm like, I'm trying. It's so hard because I need to know like that there's a cushion for me, or there's like some sort of parachute, I'm gonna land safely. And it's just like, trust, trust. We got it handled on our side. Like, trust us. And I'm like, I have such a hard time with this. Let's see. Sherry Bug said, I get it. Job changes are scary. They are. And they used to not be very scary for me, because the moment I felt like a job didn't connect with me, I used to just leave. But I would always, I was always like, I could always figure out something to do to make money. Like, I'm very good at thinking on my feet, and I could do this, I could do this. I'm very good at this. I could sing, I could read cards, I can, go coach, I could do da 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 da. And it used to be no big deal, but I also used to not really have any bills, because, I had like an apartment, and I would share with roommates, and I would have just like this a little bit to pay. I had like one credit card, and I would just like pay the minimum, and like I didn't really have a lot. I didn't really have anything, so there was really no like I didn't have to worry too much about paying bills, because I really didn't have that many bills, so it was like changing jobs used to be like no big deal to me. It was like, oh, I don't connect with that job anymore, I want to go do this, or I want to try this. And I used to have such freedom, and I feel like I've locked myself down with like the responsibilities of adulting now. That's like I can't just go be the free spirit I used to be because I have so many responsibilities to others, you know. Let's see. Green Owl said, "What if your tower moment is a promotion to a higher coach or some sort, or some such, you know?" Um, that would be cool. I mean, if I like if you coached for a college, like you totally have it made because like some of those people all they do is because you make really good money coaching for a college. Like that would be cool, but I don't know like how that would happen. See, I always need to like know how would that happen though. So I need something to strive for, something to work towards. See, that's me. I'm a worker. I'm a worker bee. I need to work hard and I need to know that I'm working hard towards something. But if I just have to trust fall, which is what I have my athletes do, like in high jump, they do their trust falls with each other. I'm like, do you trust your teammates? And they're like, I'm like, you need to trust kids. See, I'm always like preaching this and then like I have trouble trust falling. If there's nothing for me to work towards and I have to just trust that things are gonna work out, that is so hard for me because I work hard. Sherrybug said maybe it's a full-time singing thing and maybe sub-teaching or something like that. It could be. I mean, like wow, you know, that's like stuff I hadn't even thought of. But you know, I don't know what it is. It's making me nervous and happy at the same time. Age does drive risk aversion. It does. You know, I'm gonna be my birthday's coming up in June. I'm gonna be 38 and I'm never like ashamed of my age. Like I like getting older. Like I just do. So I like don't care. I like telling people my age. So I'm like, I'm gonna be 38 and I'm like really excited about it. And I can't wait to be 40. I can't wait to be 50. I can't wait to be 60. Like my dad who just turned 79, I'm like, ooh, I wonder what I'm gonna look like and what I'm gonna do when I'm 79. So I'm like looking forward to growing older. Like that stuff doesn't scare me, but failing people maybe, or feeling like I'm failing people, maybe it's all in my head, or I don't know, just feeling like a burden to people, I think is what scares me, you know. So if I lost my job, you know, of course I could find something to do. You know, but I would want, you know, something of course with like stability, and I would want, you know, like to do my retirement plan and, you know, like be like super responsible. But I don't know. I don't want to get you guys all in my stuff, you know. That's all boring stuff. So, but yeah, that's just kind of like what plays around and lurks around in my brain. But anyway, oh wow, I've already been on 112 minutes. Oh, 112.22 minutes. Nice. Ones, twos. I get a lot of that. I see a lot of ones, like everywhere lately. A lot of ones, twos, and threes, which I know is my boyfriend's mother. And a dove just flew by. But my boyfriend's mother, her birthday was December 3rd, 1945. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whenever I see total number sequences, I know it's his mom. So she's been around lately. Our old cat has been around lately. I got this Mercury energy coming in. There's something big happening. I just don't know what it is, and it's freaking me out and making me super excited. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this very rambly, very odd, and all over the place like live chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the spread. Again, not created by me, created by my homegirl Steph and her awesome peeps over on her channel. Yeah, just kind of like talking about all sorts of stuff, books and new decks and gods and goddesses and deities and source energy, and we've been having a lot of fun. Misty says, this is fun. I ordered the numerology book. Hashtag Tara, maybe do it. Hashtag you're welcome. So yeah, don't forget, you know, have to do my little push that my Oracle deck still going strong. Like I said, we're 30% funded on Patreons, or not Patreons, on Kickstarter. um, and yeah, all you have to do when you go to Kickstarter is type Wally's World, not even Wally's World Oracle, just type Wally's World. You'll see these backings. You'll know it's Wally's World Oracle. Yeah, and try to grab your copy so we can make this a reality. So I can, have it with all the gilded edging and the awesome cardstock, and you have the fancy guidebook, and you have the beautiful box, and you can get some healing out of these. And I love that they are so intuitive, and I know that they would help you guys so much. So, yeah. Let's see. Sherry Bug said this was a great chat. You are very welcome. Celtic Witch, appreciate your time. Thank you, thank you. And congrats on your deck. Yay! Green Owl, thank you for a fun wait at my airline gate. Ciao for now. You are welcome. Have fun and have a safe flight. But yeah, so check out Wally's World. The early bird special has ended, but you could still get his deck for $35 on Kickstarter. And remember, it's all free shipping, so you do not have to pay for any shipping. It does come with a little, something with it. And I do write a little personal note for each of you guys. And yay, Sherry Bog, I'm so excited. So yeah, I just been trying to promote, trying to get as many people to see it as possible, because I really do think like it's gonna help like so many people. It's not just like, oh, I want to make a deck. Like I can really feel like I feel like it needs to be out there. So yeah, let's make it happen. So my goal is 4,900. I think we're at, actually, let's go to Kickstarter. Let's check it out. I think we were like at 1,400 last time, 1,490, something like that. I don't know. It's like 30%. That's all I know. And I'm excited. I'm like, I think that's good. I think like 7 or 8 days in to be at 30%. I think that's like really good. I know some people get like funded within like a couple of days, and I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. Maybe slow and steady, and I get that from Spirit too. They're like, we never just hand you anything. And I'm like, okay, patience is virtue. So let's see. Gonna make me sign in. And there's so many other decks that I've been looking at on Kickstarter that I'm like kind of wanting to back too. So sorry, my computer's slow. Okay, yeah, it's at 14.94. So I got 28 backers. Thank you guys. Yay! So I am so excited. And every time I see like oh, and I want to post another update on there. So I want to like kind of talk about certain cards. So I'm going to be talking about another one of the cards in my update on Kickstarter. So, and of course, I try to use as much of the words of the photographer as possible. Sorry, hold on. I need to see Sherry Bug's comment. Do you have a spirit guide reading? Oh, on my website, I do spirit guide readings. I do mediumship readings, and I do spirit guide readings, and I do like all other kinds of readings, but those are on my website. So www.kittensweetsandtarot.com if you guys want to check it out. Actually, I think spirit would work really well with this too. Maybe I'll actually see which of my relatives is with me before I do a little healing for you guys, because I always leave with a healing. So I'm going to put these cards away, and then I always like to leave you guys with a little bit of love. So right now, while I put this stuff away, if you want to just say out loud, say in the comments, say in your head that you are open to the healing that I am about to give, then you could do that. If you want the healing to go to somebody in particular, or a fur baby, or a feathery baby, or a scaly baby, or just a particular area, like possibly our friends in France who have suffered, pretty nasty tragedy with the Cathedral of Notre Dame. Um, you want to, maybe send energy there. But yeah, just say it in the comments, say it in your brain, say it, you know, out loud, whatever. You don't have to stay in the chat anymore, so you guys can, go about your day. You don't have to sit in meditation. You don't have to lay down. I just know that my energy will reach you, and 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 it doesn't have to be doing anything in particular. So, okay, let me put my stuff here. I'm gonna have another sip of tea. And I'm going to pull from Wally's World to see what type of energy we need to send you guys, because there's a lot of healing energy in a lot of these sacred sites that are very personal to people in our community as well as myself. I'm going to see if any spirit comes through to also help, who comes from the light and with the highest love, light, and intention for us. And my heart did a skip, so there is a spirit in the room. This is like my little, let me know. Okay, so this is the Pentland Hills in Scotland. This photo comes to us from our very own Amber Scott from Amber in Wonderland. And I have Wally as a kitten way back there. He's right there. He's just kind of hanging out in the hills. But yeah, Amber had talked about a lot of fairy and folklore being connected with this place. And you can, I think, mostly see it, she said, from her kitchen window, which I'm like, I want that kitchen window view. Okay, so just gonna do a quick energy channel, and then I'm gonna send you guys out the healing energy coming from Scotland. Okay, kind of a very interesting energy came in. I had the Why Worry Love, and it says, take the word worry, see how you can rearrange the letters or rearrange its meaning to aid you instead of hinder you. So I guess, for myself and for you guys that are all worrying about something right now, take the word worry or worrying, rearrange the letters, put them as an acronym, change them into a new word, but figure out how you can turn your worry into something else that will benefit you instead of block you. And then I have the, don't worry, we gotcha, don't worry. Okay, so here we go with the energy. Just put my hands together real quick. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sharvek said intense. I keep seeing dragons flying up out of flames when I close my eyes. Oh wow. Well, what I was seeing, um, that there was this energy going out to all of you, and it's like we were all connected by this big pink blanket, and it was like we were all in this like we had all been turned into children, like 4 and 5 year olds. Um, Oh, thank you, Music for the Vibe. And I felt like we were all on this like giant bed, and we were all rolling ourselves in the blankets, and some of us were trying to use it as a fort, and some of us were rolling ourselves like little burritos, and just having like loads of fun and just being carefree and just like living in the moment to have fun. Um, and then what I heard in my ear was from, back in the 90s when they had like it was an article that was originally written by a woman from, I think the Huffington Post, maybe, I'm not quite sure. But she wrote to the class of 99, wear sunscreen. You guys remember the wear sunscreen thing? And they had kind of turned it into like a Boz Luhrmann kind of, they put some music to it. And there's a section in Wear Sunscreen that says, about worrying, because I was channeling about worry. That worrying is beneficial as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. Like, there's no benefit. So yeah, so I was kind of like hearing that while I was like seeing us run around like kids, like just playing with this big pink blanket. And we're like, we're burritos, we're making forts, we're wrapping it around ourselves like we're Superman or Supergirl, and we're like jumping off the bed, and we were just like having so much fun. So like it's like I saw all you guys as like a child energy. So all of us as 4 and 5 year olds, and yeah. So hopefully you guys got some good stuff from the Pentland Hills in Scotland. And Amber, if you do end up coming across this live chat, I thank you for sharing with us your beautiful sacred site. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. The dude actually called to let me know he's on his way, so perfect timing. And I wish you all nothing but love. Thank you to everybody who has sent me photos so that we could have this beautiful deck of, healing and sacredness, and just so much personality it has, because, all of you are totally awesome. And thank to all the people who have already helped to support this deck to try and bring it to life. And if you haven't already, please do consider trying to bring this to life so that other people can receive the healing, and not just the few copies that I had that, went out to people. I want more people to be able to experience this. So whether it's sunny or not, may the sun shine on you anyway. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.